Hello everyone and welcome to our channel RoseandRagh. So today we are going to cover a really interesting topic for you, which is how to find a part-time job in the UK. This will be very useful for people who are coming as students at the moment or who are looking for professional jobs but would like to get into a part-time job for initial survival and things like that. So guys, stay tuned. This is a very informative video.
Cool. So the first and foremost important thing is you should have already got your national insurance number and also your bank account. So if you are sorted with those two things, good, you're good to go. The next point is the CV. The CV is the most important point. So what else?
Of course. So within your CV, make sure that under your skills section, you mentioned all the requirements that they're looking for. Now, within part-time jobs, of course, you've got a wide range of spectrum, as we know. You've got your hospitality industry, which includes restaurants and pubs. You've got your retail industry, which is all the supermarkets, so on and so forth. Even the postal address industry. So you've got, just helping out with the posts and stuff and things like that. So depending on which industry you're aiming at, make sure you mention the skill set that matches their requirement in your CV. So you need to mirror those skills, right? Obviously, that's a basic content that you need. And in addition to that, especially for people coming from different countries, we're basically talking about India as well. Just make sure that your CV is grammatically perfect. It's completely error-free as well, because let's face it, English is the national language here, and obviously some kind of importance is given to that. So your punctuations, your spelling errors, everything, just make sure you proofread your CV or ask a couple of your friends to do it for you as well before you send out your CV officially to the companies. So that's point number 2.
And mentioning about the right details in the CV, like your first name, last name, as well as your valid email address and the valid telephone
mobile number. That's really important, because obviously they will use their mobile phones to get in touch with you, or they will contact you via email. Either way, make sure both of them are up to date and correct as well.
Perfect. And going on to the next point, which is how to find the jobs. So there are two different types of ways. So the first one is the traditional way of finding a job, and the second one is online, by applying jobs online. So the first traditional method is very simple. You have to hand out your CVs, like take copies of printouts, like 25, probably 50 or something, and then go to major retailer shops, and you make sure you approach the right person. In this instance, you have to ask for the duty manager there. If you ask for the duty manager, they'll definitely show you the duty manager, and you have to give them your CV. And then
so it's very simple. While you're going out to explore the city, which most of us do when we come to a new country, just carry a backpack with some of your CV copies in there. As you're going to different malls, different retail stores, different pubs, etc., just to have a drink or chill, just drop in your CV, speak to the duty manager, and most of the times they also stick about the vacancies. They just print it out on a paper and stick it on the entrance door or the windows or whatever. So that way you will also get first-hand information about what kind of vacancies they're looking for, especially whether it's an urgent vacancy or not. That way you can speak to the relevant staff member and just drop your CV. So that's the first traditional method. The second method is the online method. So going to the correct websites, different job websites for part-time jobs.
Yes, and then you have to apply for the job, and you will be given the provision of applying the jobs, like you can save this details and you can actually apply and submit later, but don't do that mistake. If you are trying to submit the job, applying for a job, please make sure you do everything in one instance,
because you're done with it, and just make sure you're sort of prepared in a way while putting your CV through as well. Like we said, keep your CV error-free and keep your mind fresh as well, because there'll be different questions, right? Aptitude-based questions, like give an instance where you've done this or that. So just keep your mind fresh as well while you're typing all those answers out. Read your answers twice, just make sure it's error-free, and then you're good to go.
That's cool. And the third method, there is another method, which is the university job fairs,
which is a bit rare, but
which is a bit rare in UK, but then try your luck over there as well. I think you worked as a university ambassador.
I was a student ambassador and a student mentor. So because I came to pursue my masters here initially, there was a vacancy within the university, just within one of the billboards, I think, that I got to know, and through another professor as well. So they wanted somebody who had completed graduation for that, so I was eligible in that way. But depending on a different kind of vacancies, it could be in a cafeteria or just as a student ambassador, whatever it is, just make sure you are informed. Just speak to your professors as well, and then you're good to go as well.
That's cool. And what is the best bet in finding those part-time jobs? Which industries people should target?
So ideally, you've got a wide spectrum of industries, right? You've got your hospitality industry, which includes pubs and restaurants. You've got your retail industry, which includes all the supermarkets. You've got your postal industry, where people help in sorting out mails and stuff. So you've got different clothing stores industries as well, where you can help out with the stocks and just normal logistics and things like that, right? So it's always important to target the right industry. Of course, what skills you feel you have best to kind of balance within these different industries.
Absolutely.
And above all, also looking at what we could learn from these last 2 years, last 1 year with the pandemic and everything. What we could tell you is here, of course, we had different lockdowns because of which pubs and restaurants were heavily affected. People were asked to leave their jobs and stuff like that. Obviously, with the lockdown, nothing could be done. But industries like retail and postal industries weren't really affected because people had to eat, right? So obviously, the supermarkets were open full time. And so it's always good to target industries like these where you've got job security, just because we don't know if there are going to be more pandemics like these in the future. So just to be on a safer side,
Yeah, and also the best bet is the football stadiums.
Yes.
Not with regards to the pandemic, but otherwise, generally, targeting the football stadiums as in, this is the best.
Because the frequency of matches is usually quite a lot, and it's a seasonal job, this one, so you may as well make some extra money there.
Cool. And you can also approach recruitment agencies who are specifically designed to find you a job within this part-time jobs like hospitality industry and stuff. So please don't feel shy in approaching them. And also you can also find jobs in Facebook. It needs to be, you need to differentiate whether it's a legitimate job or not. So please be very careful with that. And what else?
The most important point is, depending on the number of hours you're eligible to work, please make sure you stick to that number of hours. Like for students, I'm not sure what the latest rule is. I know initially it was 10, then it was 0, now probably it's gone back to 10 or 20, I'm not sure. Just check what your legal eligibility is. You'll have many other people who may tell you otherwise, but guys, stick to the rules. You don't want to mess anything up, especially if you're looking for a long-term clean stay in this country. It's always good to obey the rules and stick by them, and all the best for that as well.
Cool. And then keeping your social presence, neat and clean.
So the digital footprint should be neat and clean, because obviously they will check your online background of what kind of comments you're placing and things like that, just to understand your thought process as well. Just keep it neat and clean as well.
That's cool. I think we covered most of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So one more fundamental point, which obviously wasn't a part of our list, but I thought we'd let them know anyway, is to not give up, guys, because we know we've come from India, a few years ago as students as well. There'll be many challenges. There's obviously going to be homesickness, which I know, mummy ka khana and all of that, you'll miss that a lot. Homemade food and stuff like that. Different things will happen, but don't give up. This is one of the fundamental steps that you'll go through, especially if you're coming in as a student, or you're just looking for a full-time job, but you're looking for a part-time for survival till you get there. Whatever it is, don't give up. Keep your CV up to date, keep your CV error-free, and main thing is improve on your communication skills as well, because like I said, there are different accents here as well, right? You've got the Scottish accent, Irish accent, everything. It's slightly, initially it may be a slightly confusing to understand, because I went through that as well, but then when you conversate with people a couple of times, then you slowly get a hang of it as well. So all the best, guys. Don't give up, stay hopeful as well, and stay positive.
And we also have several other videos in our own blog, and please do check out those vlogs as well. And thanks a lot for your time, and if you have any other questions, please by all means put your thoughts in the comment
suggestions
section.
in our comment section, and we'd love to help you guys out.
And if you're a first-time viewer, please don't forget to share and subscribe.
Hit that subscribe button before you go, all right?
Thanks a lot.
Okay, then all the best, and we'll see you soon. Bye.